I made a video not too long ago about how I generally support black business. I did it on TikTok because it's short. I don't have a lot of time to do these videos, right? As you could see, I haven't been making a lot of videos here lately. So that particular video, though, it was based on something that happened to me personally. And I explained how, how can you complain about people not supporting you when you do stuff like this? I'm generally inclined to support small business. A friend asked me to help him do some work. And this is why sometimes it's hard for people to support black business, because he told me to be here at 8:30. And yeah, I showed up at 9:30, but he's not even here. Here more recently, though, there's been some people who are out here just running up the scams. There's a platform called Earn Your Leisure. There's a guy on a major platform that everybody knows about, the Breakfast Club, who was involved in a potential Ponzi scheme. And matter of fact, the person I'm talking about is DJ Envy, his business partner, Cesar Pena, aka Flippin' NJ, which, look, crazy, right? Crazy. So the basic situation with that is that DJ Envy is this, he's this famous DJ on a big major platform, and promoted his business partner that ultimately led to them being charged, or Cesar Pena being charged, in a basic and what they call Ponzi scheme. This is in the paperwork. Now, DJ Envy was not charged, but if it's a federal case, and if you know how the feds work, they can get you anytime. And what they like to do is pin one against the other, and I think they've done that because that's why they wouldn't charge DJ Envy with anything right away. They charged, the other guy, and as a way to pin one against the other. Okay, that's that. Then we have, I saw it on Pocket Watcher JT, right? And they had said in the past that the person that was giving this particular information about Navy Federal and how to run a Navy Federal play was completely fraud. Now, the person I'm talking about who explained how to run this play is a dude named Him500. Apparently, here recently, Earn Your Leisure, the Earn Your Leisure platform, has pretty much distanced themselves from Him500. Don't know why, but that's not a good sign. If Him500 gave a Navy Federal play, and at the time, if you watched the video, they were really excited about it, because he basically said that you can go and apply for an auto loan, give them a VIN number that you found online somewhere, and then therefore generate a loan that you really didn't have to use auto loan, right? Generate an auto loan, and didn't have to use it for the auto, which if you're finding some VIN number online, you know very well that you're not going to use it for that car because you're just finding it online. And he said just finding online, and the way he explained it, anybody with any type of sense would look at that explanation as not having any intention on using the car loan for the car. Because if you say, hey, go to Navy Federal, go set up an auto loan, use a VIN number that you can get on, in his case he said Car Guru, you can get a VIN number from anywhere. Go get it from Car Guru is what he said. And then get the loan, and then just hold it for 90 days, because after 90 days, it turns into a personal loan, to which for the first 90 days, while it's an auto loan, if you have good credit, you can get 3 to 5%. But if it turns into a personal loan, as he said, then it will, the interest rate will go up, but you still have access to the money. Basically, that's basically what the play was, is to go get a bundle of cash. He said 100. Somebody on the Pocket Watch It from JT video, they were in there trying to cash a $21,000 check. Apparently, Navy Federal's caught on, and I don't know if they've changed the policy to where in 90 days it turns into a personal loan, but they're a business and they can run their business however they want to. So if at one point it was 90 days, apparently it's no longer 90 days, and apparently they are absolutely prosecuting people for fraud if you go get an auto loan and cash the check and then don't use the money for the car. They are not happy about that any longer. Is it because this one video is just the ones that we've heard about, and more people have been chewed up in the fan, basically trying to run this play, and we just don't know about it? But what the outcome of that video was that the guy got arrested for cashing the check. They wanted proof of ownership for the car that was supposed to be involved in that transaction. So what the arrestee kind of screwed up and made it look even more shady was the fact that he said that he was going to cash the check and split the proceeds with somebody else. Well, if you submit a car that Navy Federal is willing to give you $21,000 on, there's a couple things that they're going to expect that you were truthful about. Number one, that's the actual value of the car, and number two, somebody actually owns the car that you were trying to do the transaction with, which if you get $21,000 for an auto loan, as the sergeant pointed out in the video, if you're using it for the car, why would you give half to somebody else? That doesn't make any sense, because you're going to be, if it's a $21,000 check, you're giving half of that away, which is $10,500. You're going to be $10,500 short if you're actually going to try to buy that car. So that whole scenario is just ridiculous. And if some of these people online, and I've noticed it just by interacting with people, right? Some people are angry all the time, and they say certain things that they would never say in person. And this YouTube and online Discord, right, has exploded cowardly, whatever you want to call it. I mean, just cowardly stuff, right? So if you're used to being online and you're used to, going back and forth with people online, you're probably not in the street too much, and you're probably, just in your basement playing video games or whatever you do, right? You cannot be in the basement, but whatever you do, right? You're probably not street savvy. You probably don't run into people necessarily that, situations that you've seen before that might trigger shadiness in a particular transaction. Like, I would okay, just because a dude that is, somewhere around, I think he's from Stockton or something, somewhere from my area, I'm from Fresno, somewhere from my area, wears suits and stuff all the time and proclaims to be a wealthy man, I'm not going to just take your word for it. I'm not going to just wholeheartedly jumping out the plane without the parachute on your word. And that's basically the point of this video, is that I'll support you if I think that you're on the up and up. If I don't think you're on the up and up, I don't care what color you are. I mean, probably to my detriment, I try to give minority business, a chance. And where I may, and not to where I would specifically go to a minority business over any other business, but if I'm in an area and there's a bunch of minority business, I might support. And if they're selling fruit or whatever, I might not even want fruit, but a lot of times it's really good. I'm a fruit guy, right? I love fruit, or anything else, like like in the video, in the TikTok video, like there was some unprofessional things that happened to really just turn that water off for me. Like, what I'm saying? Like, I was like, nah, this ain't gonna work. And this is another case of that. But supporting business is one thing, or not, right? You can choose whether you want to support or not. But it's totally something different when you specifically target your own people. In the case of DJ Envy and Cesar Pena, they purposely and directly targeted minorities and wealthy minorities. So the entry amount to even get involved with that whole fiasco was $100,000. That's a lot of money, especially in the minority community. That's a lot of money. I mean, if you're a millionaire, you probably don't think it's a lot, but in the minority community, to like people, hardworking people, saving up money, might have got a loan on your house or whatever, and you give it to these guys, like, and there's no remorse. Like, we just seen him the other day walking out of court, and he ain't got no, he doesn't have anything to say to anybody. Like, he has no remorse. Him 500, not directly taking advantage necessarily, by that particular action when you're running a Navy Federal play, but it kind of makes you look more knowledgeable to where somebody would be more inclined to join one of your classes or your courses or whatever, by looking like what you're talking about. I mean, who knows if the guy that got arrested, whether or not he bought any of his courses, but what you can see in the video is that he definitely listened to what him 500 said, or somebody who it may not have been him 500, could have been somebody else, but I mean, that's a viral video where he's saying these things. It sounds like like verbatim, he was saying that if you get an auto loan, 90 days after 90 days it turns into a personal loan. And the guy, while he was in the back of the police car, said that exact same thing. So where he got that from, I don't know. It's likely he got it from him 500, but you shouldn't listen just wholeheartedly. You shouldn't just go, jump out of the plane without a parachute, listening to somebody online just because they look like you. Because you either, and not all the time, but there's been a lot of stuff, especially with Earn Your Leisure. There's another guy that they had on their podcast that was fighting a credit card scam at the time. I don't know. I mean, once you do that, like, some people get so thirsty for money and so money hungry that they make like severe credibility mistakes that, I mean, I would never. Look, I went on Earn Your Leisure's website and looked at everything. I was looking at stuff, and some of the pricing and some of the things that they had on there, it kind of like raises some red flags. So I didn't participate, but I looked. It just something didn't feel right about the whole thing, and I didn't participate. So that's my take on that. Again, ordinarily, I'm all for black business and supporting minority business and stuff like that. But when you look at that kind of stuff, I mean, you can see why somebody would be reluctant to deal with anybody from the black community. I mean, Cesar Pena and DJ Envy, millions. They took millions. They took in millions, right? And a lot of the people that put in didn't get nothing out. Like they got nothing back. Like, it's not even a bad investment. I mean, if you don't get nothing back, you play the stock market, you can put money in and lose. But that's how, but you can see, at least see why you lost. You know, the thing goes up, it goes down, whatever. You know, there's all kinds of different ways that you can lose. And you can see, it's verifiable, it's on the screen. C's opinion, you know. First of all, why you would invest $100,000 with a guy who did credit card scams? I mean, certain type of people do certain type of things, and I've been learning that, and I've been applying that to a lot of different aspects of my life. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, I don't know why you would do that, but if you're still here, click on this video right here, or whatever it is, right around here somewhere. I'm kind of imitating somebody. But click on this video and watch the last one, because it's been 10 days and I forgot what it is. But you should watch it and support the channel, because we're not giving you faulty plays over here. We're giving you the real. Take care.